So today install is gonna be a access control upgrade, and so we gotta start with the first thing is finding the wires. Good morning. So this is today's project. We're gonna take over this access control. Basically, the doors already have the strikes and the keypads. We're gonna take over those. We're gonna reuse the same wire and put our own panels. And then we're going to add 2 intercom systems. We're gonna reuse the power, 24-volt power for the strikes. So let's walk and see what the project is about. All the doors already have strikes, so we're gonna reuse these strikes, and this is where we're putting our reader. We're gonna replace this for our reader, and then this is already the same thing. So basically, those doors are already working on this system. See, there's a. Hey, they're already here. Each door is already here. So we need to verify that each door is working. We're gonna test everything. Once it's working, we're gonna run wires to here for the 2 new intercom systems. So I'm gonna show you the 2 places where we need our wires run. There's gonna be 2 main challenges in this project. We're gonna be running the wires challenge. So there's gonna be a new intercom system here, like this, but it's gonna be like maybe here or even here. This is gonna be replaced, and this is gonna stay the same. We're just gonna swap it over there. The first thing we have to do in this project is running wire for the new stuff. So we're gonna need a Cat6 cable here, 2 wires, Cat6, and the green wire here. So that's the first. That is the first challenge. And this is not the hardest one. So we need to open the tiles, and we're gonna see how we get up to that room. We know that there is already wires going up there. This we know for sure is going up there. So we need to find out how they run this wire up there, and we're gonna try to go the same way. However it is. Running the 2 wires here is the first thing. Okay, so finding the path is the first thing. So that's the first challenge. This gets replaced. This gets reused. Only this we're gonna replace. All we're gonna do is we're gonna take the wires and put them in the new system. So the wires down there go here. How? I don't know. This one gets replaced. This one gets reused. Okay. This door right here is gonna get replaced. This is gonna get reused. Okay, so right now the question is, do they want the intercom here or do they want the intercom there? Okay. Let's get to work. This should be an easy, finding the wires is gonna be the big deal.
This. Oh, 4.
So that's the challenge. The challenge is to find out the path. The path is the very first thing we need to find out in any job. And so that can take time. I think that the wall down there is this one. I think it's this one. So I would try to open one of those. So let's move this nicely and let's try to open. Now, it would be nice if it's that one and it's just the cables are going straight that way. That would be nice. Okay, let's open one of these two. Yeah. No, same thing. So we're not finding the path to where our wire needs to go, but we'll find it. The idea is gonna be to uncover this and see which way our wires are going. Which way our wires are going.
These ones, this door, this door, for. No, that.
Okay, so let's find them. All right, guys. So I had to cut the video because my my battery died and I didn't have it. But so the first path is this cable's right here. It's going all the way that way. It goes down to a duct, and then there's a bathroom downstairs, and then goes straight. And then I don't know if you can see, I'll show you. And then the second path was also challenging. From the IT right here, there's two wires. It goes down, and then it goes into like a basement kind of thing, and then goes all the way around. It went down. Let's see if this room is open. It's not, but anyways, it went into this room. It went up, and then it came out right here. And then this is our wire right here. So then this wire is gonna come down and we're gonna poke it right out of here. So basically when they push the button there, it's gonna call. And when they answer, then it's going to, they're gonna push the button up here and open the door. And next, it's gonna be identifying all these cables first. So when you get to a job like this, you don't wanna just start disconnecting stuff. Take your time. Find out schematics. Find out what you're looking at. And then mark some stuff if it's not marked. So here it tells us that our reader 1 and 2. So this is 1 and 2. So we go to this reader, and it's pretty nice because they labeled it for us. CR1. Card reader 1, and it says low entry. So this one, it's the low entry reader. So if I disconnect it, it'll turn off the power to it. And then there's reader 2, and reader 2 says that this is stair reader. So this is the entrance upstairs. So these two readers are gonna be swapped, and then there's 6 readers. Now here is the thing, here's the question. You're gonna find things, you know, because they patch things around, and so you want to take your time. You want to take your time and you want to look at things. So we know that our strikes are being fed. So here it says, let me see, on this one, input, door, bus. Now this one is an expander connection. This one has lock outputs, 12 volts. This is another one for the doors. Okay, so this is an expander. This is not an expander. So I've never worked with this system before, but all access control stuff is the same. There's a reader, there's a strike, there's motions, there's inputs, and all that stuff. So all you have to do is to investigate, and then once you understand, then do some testing to make sure that once you start disconnecting stuff, it works. So on this one, there's also outputs, 12 volts. Okay, so let's go from the beginning. So I'm guessing that this is our master. So this says that 4 is an AUX 12 DC for readers and input connections. Okay, so what's interesting to me is that on this reader we have red and black, which is supposed to be powering the readers, but why is there this? Why is there this one 12 volt or little 18 gauge wire? What is it going in there? What's being powered through this? I don't know. On this one, let's see, no labels. So maybe this one right here, push button. I don't know. Maybe that wire is this one over here. Maybe it's this one. And somehow this is going back. Okay, so we're back. I think this right here is our alarm system. Yep. And so this cables, the gray cables, they're probably connected. Yeah, this is their alarm system. We don't want to mess with that. These ones are the inputs. This is where our contacts would go. 7 NC. All right. I don't know. So we're gonna untie all this. We're gonna cut all those wires. We're gonna find out what's going where. Stay tuned. Let's see. So it's important to investigate, and it's important to clear things out and know where the wires are going and where they're coming from and what are they doing, because obviously somebody else did this install, and we want to know where they're going. If so, this is our access control panels. This is the A-phone power supply stuff. So access control, A-phone, and then we have over here the alarm system. And so sometimes the access control is tied into the alarm system, and if it is tie-in, we need to tie it into the new alarm system. So we need to find that out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just kind of start cleaning stuff out, taking off the zip ties and seeing where the wires are going and what is connecting where, and that way we know where the power is coming from and if there's anything going to this panel. This is something definitely you don't want to do while you're stressed. I've seen technicians just come in here and just start ripping things off because they're stressed, and it never turns out good. take it one step at a time, because you can make a mistake that it's gonna have you here all day, or you can make a mistake that you're going to regret. So that door right there should have the strike. Okay, so let's find that door. That door. Okay, so this is the reader for this door. 12 volt here for the strikes. Outputs. I gotta do some investigating. Investigate, and then let me investigate, and then I'll come right back. Okay, so after doing some investigation, contact from the alarm system is not shunting this system right here. We're gonna do some testing. This door right here is the IT room test, the IT room door, and that's where we find it right here. So we can use this door as a test to really know what's going on. But what I'm thinking is there is an input for the door contact, and there's also an input for the Rex that is sending the signal to unlock the door. So when I go close to the Rex, you'll hear it back here, and then you'll see the Rex release. So what's happening is this Rex is sending the signal here through an input, and then is sending the signal to release that lock, right? So there's a little light right there. You'll see it turn on, and then unlocks it. But if that's off, it's locked, right? We trigger it, and then unlocks it. Okay. So again, that means that the Rex is powered, and when the Rex sends the signal to the panel says, okay, unlock the lock. Alright, so if we disconnect the signal that's coming from that Rex that I think is sending the input here, which has got to be an input, okay? So this is the schematics for that zone input. So right now this is connected on zone 6 and 7. 6 and 7. 6 and 7. Okay? And so we're gonna find out if I disconnect this input, it's not gonna affect anything. But if I disconnect that input and I go over there and it doesn't trigger that, then that means that's our cable. Now, we know our readers are right here and our inputs are right here. We have inputs here and we have inputs here. So, because there's two doors. So there's two inputs for one door and then there's two inputs for another door. What are the inputs? Is the Rex and the door contact. Those are the inputs. And then the output, it's the strike. Okay? Simple. So let's disconnect what I think is the input for door 2. Well, actually, let's find out. Let's find out which door it goes to this. Okay, so luckily for us, it's labeled. So it says here that IT room is this door right here. In the schematic, this door is reader 1. Oh, let's disconnect it. Let's see what happens now. There's no input going in there. The door is locked. No input going in there. If I connect it, see? Input. Now, if you notice, we didn't cut the power. We're only cutting the communication. So now this is still powered. It's still seeing me, but it's no longer sending the input. Okay, so that's how it works. So that when the rec sees you, it sends the input into the CAN, into the board, and then the board tells output to trigger. Okay, and so we know that this is an input for that door. I mean, there is a way to find out for sure if it is or not. We can test it. We can test for continuity. There is no power going in or out in here, so let's find out. Okay, so I got my my tweaker here. We call this we call him a tweaker, but there is actually a small screwdriver that we use for those panels. And then I got my my meter, my voltmeter here. So there's many ways to find out how to find your wire and to make sure that you're actually you're actually looking at the right wire. But the easy way, because I know there's no power going through this contact, I'm just gonna disconnect the contact here. So how do we find to make sure that we're looking at the right wire? It's gonna be pretty easy. Our cable attached to this there's continuity. When I open that door, continuity should go away. It should break. Let's see. See? I don't know if you can hear it. So we're definitely working with the right wire. When you put your meter in continuity, it's getting the signal from that contact. Right now there's continuity, the loop is closed. When you open the door, it goes away. So we are dealing with the right. So anyways, so now we know where our readers are connected, we know where our contacts are connected, and then we also know where our motions are connected. So those are the three things that we have connected in this system. So now we can disconnect stuff and know exactly where they're going. For example, we know that this is our readers. We know that this is our contacts and our motions, this too. What we don't know is what is this wire? Where is this wire going to? It looks like it's getting, let's see. If we look at the schematic here, it says reader red and black is output 12 volts. So it's outputting 12 volts somewhere. I think I know. I think I know what they're doing. So it's outputting 12 volts to the Rex. So they're getting 12 volts for the reader and 12 volts for the Rex. Let's see if that is true. So we know we have power at the Rex, right? I don't know if you can see it, it's green. So if we disconnect this reader that is getting 12 volts to the reader, the reader should turn off and the Rex is gonna turn off. Let's see. Okay, reader's disconnected, it should be off, and the Rex should be off. If the Rex is off, then that's where they were getting their power from. See, Rex is off. So, after doing some investigation, this is what we know. Reader and reader power is coming out from here, 12 volts. Also, they're getting the Rex power from this same signal. So now we have a Rex power and a reader power and a reader communication on this one. And then on this one, we have our inputs. And that's it. Now, we gotta test to make sure that our locks, to make sure there's nothing funky going on with our locks, okay? This cable right here is saying that there is a 24 volt feed. 24 volt feed for the strike, okay? And we can see that there is a connection with red and red and red with this red and then black. So it's funny because we can see that this is connected in series, black with black, but then this red goes into, let's see. So black, the black goes all the way through, but the red is connected to negative, and the other red is connected to positive, which is going, okay, which is going back to where this cable is coming from. So what's happening is a big loop through the strike. You're sending 24 volts. So I'm guessing that it's coming through here. I'm guessing. I don't see any other way, any other power supply, but this power supply says A phone. So we're gonna find out. Basically, the red is going, the black is going all the way and all the way to that, and it's coming back on the red to here and to here, and then going back to the power. That's essentially what the setup is. So we're going to verify that, and then once we verify that, then we know this can is good to go. We can take it off, and there's nothing funky or funny going on here. Let's find this cable. This cable, it's right here. This is our power supply. Our cable going in here, so this is giving us 24 volts. So from here, we're getting 24 volts to here, okay? To this, it's giving us 24 volts. And then from here, this is going back to the strike, okay? This cable, IT. And this one is back entry. One power supply, one fuse is sending 24 volts to all these three places. It should be like this, but it's not, and it's like this instead. But we can use this and we can use this to send power to all of it. So anyways, that's just all the investigation that we have to do. So what we have to do now is we're just gonna have to label everything before we disconnect. Label everything before we disconnect, and then we disconnect and we can put all the new stuff in it. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take over the doors, but we cannot take over the two back doors. We're only gonna take over the bottom doors, which is the IT room, the payroll door, the front entrance, and the second front entrance. The back doors are gonna stay online with the old system because they are working. And we're waiting for some equipment to come in, so we're just gonna get ahead of the game, and we're gonna take over 4 doors. We're gonna leave 2 doors standing. So we already know our power supply is gonna be this guy and it's gonna be this guy. We got 24 volts to work with. We gotta label everything before we start disconnecting, or as we go and disconnect. Now I'm gonna take this off once everything is disconnected, and I'm gonna put my 2 new panels here, and we're gonna leave these alone. This box right here is gonna be left alone for now. PIR power, PIR input, contact input, strike, and reader. Yep. And so this is one door. This door is going to get connected to the new system. But right now we disconnected the door because we don't need it. So if you can see, there's no power to the motion. There's nothing going on with this door. This door is completely disable. Okay, we got our drill. Let's take this down and let's see what's on the other side, and let's find out where the power is coming from. There is no power here on the board, but there's still the LED on because its power is through here. And let's see where power is coming from. Yep. So the power is here in the back and is being connected. Here. All right. So now it's completely off, and then we'll continue with this next panel. Take everything off, put it aside, get it all set up. Let me show you guys the panel that we're going to be installing. Is this Atlas panel. It's made by CT. What is it? Atlas Cloud. I think it's by Teco or something like that. So let's unbox this. So this is a new panel, CK Teco. And yeah, this panel comes like that. This is the I guess you put this on the door. The diagram. Is it diagram or schematics? What's the difference? Schematics, diagram. I don't know. And then it's got some other stuff in here. But anyways, this is the one that's gonna go right in here. So hopefully, let's see. Hopefully it fits just like that. So let me show you guys also another thing that we have going on is that they have a push button. They have a push button that they pretty much the power goes through here. And actually there's no power coming in, and when you push, the power goes through and it does the bottom. So we're triggering here. So basically 24 volts are coming from the panel, passing through here, going down to the strike, and when I click this, it goes together. Okay, so basically we got the IT room over there, and that's a button that they have so they can let people in that don't have a key. But that's why we're doing the intercom system. That way people call in the intercom, and then that's gonna send the signal through and open the door. But for right now, we gotta leave that function working. So we're gonna disconnect it and we're gonna wire it directly without this system, okay? So all we have to do so that we put it direct is we're going to send power to the lock in series. So we're gonna do the black all the way through, and then the red is gonna come back into it. And so the push button is gonna act as a, when you push it, electricity is gonna go through it. Right now there's no electricity going through it, and you push it, electricity is gonna go through it and it's gonna unlock it. So we're gonna be doing this panduit, pretty cheap panduit that I got. Well, not that cheap, but it's not the real brand panduit that I bought at Amazon. And it's only 1 inch. And so I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like. So let's see what it looks like. I've never used it before, but it's gonna help us make this look very clean. Oh, look at that. That's not bad at all. Wow. So this is a 1 inch, one inch by 1.5, I think. But anyways, this is gonna go like that. Our cable goes through it, and then this is the cover for it. So the original brand for this is called Panduit. I guess that's how it goes. So this is what it's gonna look like. So you see all this mess in the wires? At the end, when we're done, it's gonna look like this, and our wires are gonna run through inside and then come out through here. Pretty nice. All right, I got the Amazon special. We hate these things because most of the Amazon stuff like this is cheap and it doesn't really work. It looks like it's gonna work, but it doesn't really. They're so dull, and so you gotta pay for good tools. This look cool and everything, but they're not good. They are not good. Our Panduit. So dressing the wires, getting everything set up. It's one of the things I don't like doing, but it's one of the things that need to be done. So whether I like it or not, it needs to be done. Okay, so we can't move this because it's really tight with the power. So let's see if we can move this guys over. Okay, so we're gonna bring our cables down that way. Just gonna mark it. We're gonna cut a little opening here. Just a little bit. The idea is for it to sit flush against the board. The idea is for that to go through here. Perfect. Oh, this might not fit on our 1 inch. I'm thinking. So that's how our cables are gonna look when we're done. Go through here, then we're gonna do another one up here. That's gonna land the cables inside the boxes, and you won't see anything but only this. Anyways, that's good for today, and then tomorrow we'll come and finish it up. So we're back, and we're gonna set up the controllers here, and hopefully get some doors running today. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna measure this right here, because that's where our cable is gonna go. That's where Panduit's gonna go, through here, and then our boxes are gonna sit right there. So our boxes, I want our boxes to sit about right there. One right here, and then the other one over here. And we're just gonna do it across the top. So basically, everything's gonna come from the top for our panels. We only have strikes and readers coming on the top, so that should be good. Okay, so normally I'll use like a cutter or a multi-tool, But let me see if this Amazon special work. Nope. One of these work. Not really. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Not a very clean cut. So I'll get something and then just cut it. This is what it's gonna look like. So we're gonna need our level and our marker. Okay. So we know where it's going. Do the first one, and then we're gonna level it. Do our second one. So now let's cut the top of it, this part of it, and what do we say? 26 and a half, right? Yeah, 26 and a half. So let's do, I will do 27. Let's see if the same technique works here. 27. This is not a really good idea, by the way. It works, but this is not very clean. The cutter and cut it right. But anyways, we did 27 so that we have extra. They're gonna go into our box like this. Now there's this little guy here that we're gonna have to put in there somehow. But so they're gonna go like that, and our wires are gonna go right in there. Okay, and then we're gonna select what wires will go through there only, and then the rest of the wires we're gonna push up and probably coil up there, and you know, have them there for if they ever want to do anything in the future, like put the motions or anything else, they can do it. I'm gonna take it off for now. We'll connect it here in a minute. Make sure we keep all the it comes with some washers and stuff, and so that way we can make it flush to that, okay? But before that, let's take off the knockouts. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I don't have a hammer or a screwdriver right now that I can use. So, and once you get like one side off, and you can get the rest off. It's really not damaging this. You gotta use what you have. I'm not saying that this is the correct way to do it, but this is the way that we need to do it right now with what we have. So we took off the knockouts here. This is where our cables are gonna come in. So there's 4 doors. This is capable to control 4 doors each. So all the 4 doors that we took yesterday are gonna go right here. And let's put this on the wall. We're gonna put it against it. I like to have one one screw ready, and then we're gonna level it. All right. So I like to have it very tight where I want it. Okay. And then we'll level it. Now, I like the ones where the doors come off, but on this one the doors don't come off, but it's okay. So with our level, and that's pretty good. Pretty level. Let's go to the next one. Screws. This is our box. Now we do a lot of different systems, but access control really is the same. It really is. Before we forget, we need to put our little antenna back with our washers. So I think that's for an antenna. Let's knock out these knockouts. On the right. All right. Comes with the sticker, the installation guide. Comes with some screwdrivers. It's not the easiest to work by yourself, but you can do it. So there it is. We'll level it here in a second. Level it. And that's it. Perfect level. Okay. The keys are right here. Okay. There it is. And that's how our system is gonna look when it's all said and done. Put the sticker on the door, I guess. Like that. This is super crooked. Look at this. You know what's funny is I used to do car wraps, like car vinyl, and so I should be able to put things straight. So not bad. All right. 3 and 4. Okay, so one is gonna be lower level, which is the main entrance. So we're gonna put this over here. Right? So this will be door 1. Let me see. IT room. So IT room is gonna be door 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is gonna be door 3 right here. Corridor 4, main stairs up. So this is gonna be number 2. Everything's on my way. I'm gonna start pulling up whatever we're not using actually. Intercom system in here. We got one on the other one for the back, and this is for the front. Upper level main entrance, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna label, and we're gonna use some heat shrink labels that I'm gonna try out today here with you guys. All right, we're gonna do some labels. We have the P-Touch Edge from Brother. This is a nice label maker. I accidentally ordered the wrong one. The difference is that you can connect your phone to this, and then it prints the label, but then you gotta cut it manually. The one I was ordering is you cut it, it cuts it for you, and so that works really good for when you're when you have it connected to your phone, and then you don't have, it doesn't pause. It just cuts all the ones that you have if you have like repeated ones going. So anyways, we're gonna try with this label maker new label, which is gonna be the heat shrink tube. I haven't done it before, so we're about to learn. We're about to learn how to do it together. The cartridge that it has on right now is just a regular cartridge. All right. Now, if I'm doing it wrong, don't hate on me. So this is a tape cassette heat shrink tube. I hope I ordered the right sizes, and by the looks of it, I probably didn't. Instructions, who cares about instructions? Okay, so I'm guessing this goes in like that. And then we're gonna close it up. I was joking about the instructions, okay? Instructions are important. Okay, so now we have the label there. Let me get I think we're gonna need a lighter. So we're gonna need a lighter, and I got one of this. Nice. So I think it's the way we're gonna do it. So this is gonna be the contact for the upper front door. Okay. So we're gonna strip it. Alright, so how do we make a label? Let's see. We go to heat shrink, and then 21 by 25 millimeters. This is a 5.8 millimeter. I don't know if that matters. Probably does. So the $23. Oh, okay. I think it's 23. Okay, so upper, because the cassette here says 23. Inside of this is another one. It says 23 inches. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. Let's see. Upper entrance contact. Okay, upper entrance contact. Let's see. Print, connected, and print. It's printing. And then we cut it. And this is what we got. Upper entrance contact. Now there's all this leftover. I don't like that. So we need to cut that, because it's too much waste. So I just make it fit. And then for the length, yeah, so the length, we're just gonna make it to the length of this. Alright, so let's see. I think this is too small. It's not really gonna work for our big wires. Yeah, this is definitely way too small. So it's gonna work for like individual wires, but not like 2 or 3 wires at the same time. So for our contacts, so you can easily fit 2 18 gauge wires in this. 18 gauge. Now let's use this guy. I think this is how you do it. Let's see. We don't want to burn it, right? Well, we want to make it. We're gonna make it hit straight. Let's just print another one. I just don't like that it wastes this much. I don't know if there's a way to not waste it. So let's say this one's gonna come out like that. You're only gonna see those wires come in. And this is number 2, so we want our label to be about right there is good. This is where we're gonna cut, and that's what's gonna go in. So that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how to make a Cat6 tip. Just gonna relabel this real quick. This is controller 1. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys how to make a Cat6 tip real quick. And all you need is this tool. This is how I do it. Give yourself some room. Now you press it, but don't press it all the way. Just a little bit to get that the top kind of cut a little bit, and then release. Now sometimes it doesn't release, so just click it like that, and it just creates a little dent, and then you break it like that. That's it. Then it comes with this string right here. This string is so that you pull it, and it gives you more. Just kind of opens it up more, but we don't need it, so we're gonna cut it. Now, like I said, all you need is this tool, so you can do it with this tool right here, and it cuts. What I like to do is on this guy right here, you pull out, and then you're gonna cut it. So it just cut like that. And if you notice, this is where you cut it. There's 2 sides to it. You don't want to do this side, you want to do this side right here. After that, I like to pull it back a little bit, so there's some room right here. And I start with the oranges. So the pattern is stripe orange, orange. We're doing the B pattern. There's A and B. So stripe orange, orange, and I start putting it on my fingers like this. Stripe orange, orange, stripe green. Now people use different tools. Like you can use a screwdriver like this, like a little tweaker, and then you put it right there, and then you can do this. You can do that too. But it can hurt the wire, and sometimes it's not good to do it, so I've gotten used to not doing it like that. But you can do it like that. It strains it, and it's fast. So let's do it like that. So you go in the bottom. You can nick the wire, that's what happens. So go in the bottom, and then look how easy that is. John is looking over here like, why didn't you tell me that before? It's a trick. And it's just it, that's straight. So stripe orange, orange, stripe green, blue, stripe blue, green, stripe brown, brown. And so this is what it looks like. Okay? So notice how I have my finger here the whole time. And it's kind of like the half of my finger length, right? Kind of, I already have it memorized. So you just make sure that you got the right colors in. You want to hold it with 2 hands, and then you want to go like this. Okay? Make it really straight. But see, I'm keeping the same length. And then with the same tool, with this looking this way, with the cutter, you put it in here carefully, and then you cut straight. You grab your Cat6 with this little thing down, like that. You're gonna put it in. And then you feel it go in. And so you make sure it's in. You make sure it's in, and then you push in. See? And now as I'm pushing it in, I'm holding it with this. Now I grab my tool, put it in there, crimp it once, twice, and that's it. I get about 99% of them good. I don't really have to test them. And most of the time they're perfect. Make the other one real quick. That. I pull back on this. Then I pull it back or forward. We're gonna get our screwdriver, our tweaker. Super fast. We're gonna do stripe orange, stripe green. Stripe green, blue. Stripe blue, green, stripe brown, brown. See? Once you memorize this part, it's easy. Straight, doesn't matter how long it is. You put it in through here. Cuts in the same place. And then put this upside down. Goes in here. Crimp it once, twice, done.